Hello everybody, I'm Henry Lee. I'm back to continue this two mood seal project for a customer in Australia. This is the second seal. Yesterday I did another seal, as you see on this corner. It's a yan. Our positive carving seal is quite large, so I was exhausted. I decided to do it separately. I thought I could do two seals in one shot, but it does take a lot of energy to do that. So as I'm turning 64 next week, I'm going to raise my commission to another level. So to celebrate my birthday. It's a practice I've been doing it for many years. So if you are interested in commissioning me, do it as soon as possible before May 11th. Okay. And now we're going to do this one. It's a mood seal I helped to translate from the client's idea. It's quite sophisticated. The first character, 法, meaning law, or rule, or principle, way, depends on which belief system you're in. So this customer is into Buddhism, Taoism, Christianity. So this character could be used in all this context as the guiding rule or something. And second character, a law, 任, a law. Third character, 真, meaning true. Literally translation is the rule, the law allows true self. The last character is me or self, true me. Okay, so 法任真我. Believe or not, I couldn't do this translation without help of ChatGPT. I think it's an excellent tool to use. Otherwise, it will take lots of brain. And my wife always helped me with that. So now we have another source of help. But still, you need to consult a native speaker or a specialist to check, because ChatGPT sometimes make very funny translations. Okay, here I just flipped the composition. Okay, Angelo, thank you for your comment and following me on YouTube, either live or recording. I don't have a fixed schedule because that gives me a lot of pressure as one to do certain live streaming. But if you subscribe and put the running, the notification bell on, you'll be notified whenever I come on live. Come to live. Okay. This is a rectangular stone. I'm not sure if this is the correct way to do it. looks okay. Okay, maybe give you a little closer look. That's probably good enough. Okay, my favorite artist I was asking yesterday is Wu Changshuo, and he's the person named he made this kind of huge heavy metal tools. This is very large. You can see how large my thumbnail is here. And the normal size is like this. Most people just use this kind of size. But Wu Changshuo, WuChangShuo, Wu Changshuo. That's he's a great calligrapher and painter, but seal is his best, I think. And his calligraphy and painting are heavily influenced by the seal engraving art. It's like a carved calligraphy and painting. So I will try to do this in his style. It's more artist, like not painterly, knifely, I'll say, like chiseling, chopping, kind of. And then his best follower is Qi Baishi. That's my second favorite. And he's a carpenter. He never, I don't think he met Wu Changshuo, but he's a big admirer of Wu Changshuo through other friends. They live separately in different parts of China. Qi Baishi was in Beijing, the capital, and Wu Changshuo in Shanghai. But Qi Baishi, heavily influenced by Wu Changshuo, and developed his own style with single cut. I cannot do that actually, but I'll try. He would do all the verticals in one direction one time, and then just turn the stone 90 degrees to do all the horizontals. I couldn't do this. I think that's his simple as that. Just make 2 turns entirely. I think that, yeah, you have to just, you see all these forced dots here. It's the same direction. You can yeah, that's it. But usually my aesthetic still in the Han Dynasty, because I don't like this kind of sharp points. It's just sticking in my eyes, so to speak. So I will make them blend a little bit, make it looks aged a little bit. So, but I do appreciate people could do this, and I maintain the standard, of the Han Dynasty or other classics, so they don't really fall into the kind of vulgar category. It's just like, street art. It could be vulgar, could be high art. It's a personal cultivation thing. If you treat it more seriously, it's art. If you just do it like a profession, like a craftsman, or I mean, craftsman somehow it's a negative word versus the literati class art. They because professional isn't is not as good as amateurism in Chinese art history. So some kind of too professional means too overly polished, overly detailed, overly just overdoing, too much care, too crafty. So some kind of originality is shown. If you don't, it's like carefree, more like spontaneous. So Qibaishi and Wu Changshu are the best examples of those literary taste. Qibaishi actually is not. Qibaishi is not a born or trained literary, but he self-taught and educated, become a literary. So you have to be a poet. Qibaishi learned how to write poet also, and as a peasant, born in a peasant family, carpenter family, I think. He's kind of carpenter that does delicate work. It's like a carving, things like that. Relief carving, that kind of decorative furniture. Not the big carpenter building houses. A furniture, fine furniture carving kind of making carpenter when he was young. So that kind of experience contributed to his painting and the carving style. So anything you have learned will eventually become part of your art, your life experience, your training, the books you read, the shows you go, the travel. Yeah. For me, as an archaeologist, I had done tomb excavation in the period medieval China, that field. So I have personally digged out this kind of seal, because their buried objects serve as identity, of the tomb, the who's buried there. So usually we rely on this kind of material. So my archaeology field is in historical archaeology, medieval China, and that's my first encounter with this kind of seal. It's bronze seal at that time, and it was the only period everybody used it as in daily life. But later, in the Ming and Qing dynasty, only calligrapher, we'll still use it in banking and the post office even today, I think. In Taiwan, still use also. So yeah, in Japan they still use banko, right? In the banking system or post office as a signature. Because the technology, you can see I can almost duplicate the design, right? But it's still, if you look at with a magnifier, it's still impossible to duplicate. So learn the rules, and then you become free. I think that's what I understand this meaning. And so you can be, when you're freely expressive, you are following the way. That's the paradox. If you don't know the rule, you're not really free. You just, how to say, you cannot be true. The third character is true free. truly expression of yourself. So learn the rules and then it become part of your nature. I think that's the process of any crafts. Okay, the third career is true. I think the reason we use the seal script is during this time, there's still lots of room to vary the design, the form of the characters, because they are not standardized. So we can use the principles, the 6 principles of creating Chinese characters to modify or even to create the design which is still readable, but to suit our design needs, to fit the situation. That's why we use seal script. And also because seal script is made for this kind of format, either square or oval, this kind of, so it's evenly, the stroke usually are even, not as the later brush calligraphy with waving and pressing, lifting, lot of changes in the stroke. So the seal script is relatively smooth, suitable for carving. And the space are evenly distributed with parallels, very neat. Unlike the other styles of calligraphy later. So we don't really have this written form of like a brush version of this kind of seal script, because they didn't survive. All we have is on bronze, a stone, so it's called bronze and stone style. Maybe some bamboo strips or wood panel, wood, but they are not very common until the modern, archaeology discoveries. So in the past they only have access to rubbings of stone or bronze to learn this. Okay, ready. Okay, you can see the design is the black and the red is the carving. I'm pretty satisfied, I think. Okay, I think it's done. Let me put a imprint on my collection book. Here's the one we did yesterday. And this is the name seal I did for the same kind. I should have done this. Okay, let me just put on this page. Okay. We make a copy for my kind on this card, so it will go into the box. That's it. Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Hope to see you next time. And thank Nick for continued support. And hope you enjoy the new seals. Thank everybody on YouTube for watching the live or after the live. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.